It's the fear of God, baby. Yeah. Yeah. It's the fear of God, baby. It's double-edged sword, piercing flesh, past bone, all the way to your soul. I'm the truth, I know it hurts. Most of y'all slept on, but it's Lazarus from the dead and got off his ass on the tombstone. Don't look for me now, nigga, I'm gone. Fuck every bitch and hoe ass nigga that try to shit on my dark twisted fantasy in the HOV lane, so watch the throne. In the H, my name in these streets like Yellowstone. Boy, I'm coming down like fire on brimstone. To Tejano, Poppy sharpening blade on the west zone. Talking down on my name, I simply can't condone. When you hear that horn blow, just know it ain't trombone. Shout out to Rob J, Jedi, and John Doe. Hollywood Floss, Presto, my niggas, what it do? Watch a little bro flip, I'm just doing kung fu. It's just an exercise, I'm getting practice watching MCs die. I'm coming for it all, everything that's mine. We can play it how you wanna play it, nigga, that's fine. Just cross the line, his hands on autopilot, just watch him fly. I got a whole can of shoe polish to put on that eye. Boy, I'm one west till they bury me. For my people, best believe I'll catch felony and sit my time out like Paul. Come out and ball and point to the Raptors like nigga, that's my name on the wall. Boy, took the crown from Saul. My Hebrew name is Tazadak, it means justice, that's all. Far from a lock, best believe I'll be a king when I fall. Take a walk in my shoes, it ain't a journey for the small. My bitch is bad, my wives a problem, shit on any goddess. Virtuous killing liners, don't get it twisted when they modest. It's con out of one con, hold a contest, who's the loudest. They all wear thongs cause I like easy access. They stick to the script cause I can cast any actress. They know as long as they play they part, they got my heart. But if you doubt me and lack faith, the unbelieving depart. My life is chaotic, step back, basket, yeah, work of art. The Most High gave me a dish to serve cold to my enemy's heart. The table is set, serve it a la carte. He who has an ear, let him hear Shakespearean heart. Who goes there is keep it deaf, boy. Find your toy to play with, I ain't the one, boy. An Adawan, a Padawan, Yoda, any Obi-Wan, boy. An asshole by nature, son of Trey and Zero. Since non-pareil, I swear it ain't been no equal. In my own lane, my unborn son will be the sequel. The day he touch earth, he'll be the heir of a badass Negro who walks tall as a steeple. Take food off my table, I get medieval. Just a Genesis on my revelation. First stroke on the easel. Call me Vox Pop, Pulley, voice of the people. It's the fear of God like praying to an eagle. This a prince of the power, keep it death is judicial.
Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Jerry Yohana. Today is Friday, it's the Lashawan Qadash class, where we get into our culture, our language, which is Lashawan Qadash is the holy tongue. Alright, we start off every class the same with the Hebrew alphabets. If you could repeat after me. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, to za, qua, ra, sha, and the. Alright. Y'all retarded. Alright, so today, due to my number two's request, Uriah, he was like, "Slack, yes, sir. We've been going over a lot of past tense and present tense to bring people up. Can we kind of go over that? I know you got your new stuff you're bringing out, but we can't forget to bring people up, catch people up. Okay? So, let me turn the camera so the people can see." You said it's hard to focus?
No.
Clear off here.
It's the light.
Yeah. Shit, it might help. All right, so before we get started, I would take a picture of this blank. This would be a great guide, and plus you're gonna also need it for the homework, right? So this is kind of like a chart that I've made to help you with past, present, and future tense. And we're gonna go over it with certain words and formulate sentences. Okay. So where is my marker? I had one over here. Oh, it's up here. All right. So the first word that we're going to deal with, right, is I. Not the letter, not I as in singular I, but like I is like the eye on your body. All right. So the word for I, right, is ayan. Right. Ayan. All right. Okay. So the pluralization of ayan is ayanyum. Eyes. Right. So, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, root word is ayan. Right. So now we're going to start going into how the word begins to morph based on context. Right. So the root word is ayan. Right. It's talking about a singular eye. Talking about both eyes because we do have two on our body. It is ayanyum. Okay. All right. So these are the different tenses, right? So anya, just so you know, is I. Atha is you. Hawa'a is he. Haya'a is she. Anachnawa is we. Athum is you. For both masculine and feminine. Hum is they. Masculine, and hun is they. Feminine. All right. So the first tense of the word ayan that we're going to deal with is the past tense, right? So, you wouldn't necessarily say I, it would really be like my I, right? Okay, which would be ayan. I'm sorry, it would be aya, ayanya. You know what I'm saying? Which would actually be the correct tense, right? You're talking about my I, right? So in this tense, the word is exactly how it is, right? So there's no special connotation for it, right? So let's do it like this. right? So, okay, so it would be anya, ayan, or anya, ayanya. Suffix, my. It's personal, all right? So it's giving context to the connotation of the subject whose eyes that we're talking about. We're talking about my eyes, okay? All right? So when it's in the past tense, you don't make any changes to it. So either of these can be correct, right? You can use it, you can leave it just as is. It can just be my eye, right? You know what I'm saying? Like prime example, how is this past tense? Like if somebody punched you in your eye and be like, oh, my eye. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that happened, you know what I'm saying, to your eye. Okay? All right? Or if you just want to use just shorthand, you can just be like ayanya. Right? It's another shorthand way of putting it. All right? So the word morphs, right? When you get into all right, when you start moving forward, all right, so when you go to a tha, right, whether it's masculine or feminine, right, you add a tha at the end of the word, all right? Right? So the sentence would be a tha, a yon tha, right? So your eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, your eye, right? Okay? So when you're dealing with the past tense, right? So when you're dealing with you, whether it's masculine or feminine, right? You're going to add a tha at the end. The way that you know it's masculine or feminine is by the subject matter of the sentence. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like ak, a tha, a thuntha. You know what I'm saying? So that's a brother, talking about a brother, right? Or you would say a wak, I'm sorry, Saki, akawath, a tha, ayathan, Saki, ayantha. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you give connotation of what you're talking about. So you like, bro, your eye, or sis, your eye. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got pink eye, somebody punching your eye, you're crying, you have mascara running. You know what I'm saying? Brother, you got a boogie in your eye. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you're bringing attention to something that has happened to that person's eye, which is how you know that it's past tense, right? Okay? All right? Okay, so moving forward, all right, same thing with hawa I. All right, I should have goddamn erased it. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so with hawa I is the same thing with he, right, as it is with I. Because I normally, in connotation, is dealing with the masculine sense, okay? So the word is exactly how it is, right? The way you know that you're talking about a man is context, right? So it would be right? Hawa'a ayan, right? His eye. You understand? So you be like, someone be like, ma, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, Hawa Ayan, his eye. Something happened to his eye. Alright? Same thing. Alright, so now it's a different connotation when you're dealing with the sisters. Okay, with the sisters, you add a huh at the end. Alright? So, alright? So it's going to be a yana. Okay? Because you're going to add a at the end of the sentence. Right? So it's going to be a yana. Alright? So when you're dealing with a sister, past tense, like ma, like what? What happened? Alright? And you're going to say yana. You know what I'm saying? Her eye. Something happened to her eye. Okay? Alright? Moving forward. Okay? Alright? Next, alright, we have we, alright, which is a knock noah. Right? So when you're dealing with we in the past tense, a noah is he, is we in the Hebrew, you're going to add noah at the end of it. Like when we start moving in the past, in the future tense, the words begin to rhyme. All right? So this sentence, right, is a knock noah, a yon noah. So that's like if we get like if a whole crowd of people get maced, our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, or hell, that's the only thing I can think of on a mass scale that happens to people's eyes. They get maced at one time. Or if in the movie theater and they turn on the lights real bright, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gets, like that, the temporary blindness, you understand? You're in a dark room, all right? So a knock noah, a yon noah, right? Our eyes, or we, depending on the tense. So a knock noah is we or our. Forgive me. No, Hebrew has a whole bunch of ways of saying words. So, I'm trying to think of an instance. Like prime example, right? So you can say the bar. The bar is a word and can also mean speak, right? Amar can mean speak. It also means talk. Right? So you can say Waya Amar and the word said, right? No, it's like it. Would the bar Amar. You know what what I'm saying? And the word said, or you can say, how I Amar, and he said. So the word can say something, but you can say something. You know what I'm saying? So the word can talk, or a person can talk. You understand? But both the bar and the mar can be interchangeably used in certain contexts. You understand? That's one word that's like, it's like fresh off the top of my head that you can use.
I just thought of that because, like, in Spanish, like, nosotros and nosotras, it's our and we too. But
Right.
in English, we say we or
Right.
our.
Right. So, one thing about our language is very direct. It's very straightforward. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, that's really how we talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we loud and very blunt people. You know what I'm saying? We get straight to the point. You was about to say something, sis? Go ahead. Okay.
I was supposed to say, yeah,
Oh, you don't, okay. We get loud, but not you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't get loud. And so somebody say, what? I can't hear you.
Okay. Right on.
They try to play me.
Oh man. Alright. So moving on, alright. So when you're dealing with you or y'all in a plural sense, a thumb, you're talking to a group of men, right? It's going to be Slovakia. Right? So we have a thumb, a yon thumb. Alright? Okay? So that's for the men, right? Like man, y'all eyes is red. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, you come into a room and niggas been smoking that sorcery, that witchcraft and sorcery. You can be a thumb, a young thumb, of a dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, hey, y'all eyes is red.
Thumb is you.
Yes, for in the masculine sense, right? So a thumb is you plural, and it just like a thigh is you plural. Okay, right. So like prime example, right? So if I say, Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Baraka Thumb, I'm talking to a group of brothers. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then Yahweh Shamar Ilathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Talking to a group of sisters. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a thumb, right, can be for men or for women, but how you know that you're talking to men or women is a conjugation. So thumb is for men, thon is for the women, right?
Well, I know how to write it out. Like, because I take Spanish. And so when they do it, it's like I-U-L-A-I instead of us, and then ellos, ellas is the S.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like how it's I, you for the older people, it's formal. Then you got he, she, and they, not formal, and then
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's rolled out like that,
So, but the thing is, right,
yeah.
right, exactly. That is an awesome point. I like what you said. That's awesome. Um, so what you're talking about is this right here, right?
Just the format.
But this is the format. So anya, ata, hawa, haya, anaknawa, athum, hum, and han. Right? Because yo, I. You know what I'm saying? So this gives you the context. So like, I guess if you want to say it like in a formality or whatever, like these three are like, these four are like formal, and then these down here are informal because you're talking to a group of people. All right. So when you're dealing with this, you're formally addressing someone because it's personalized. Okay, you're talking about yourself. Okay, or you're directly talking to a person, masculine, feminine, talking about you, or you're talking about a person, masculine, feminine. He said, she said, he did, she did, I did, you did, right? So this is like first person, second person, third person. All right, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, down here, we don't say you all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, I just sound retarded saying you all. What
she said I'm a y'all girl.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends on the set.
Yeah, it does.
No, I'm gonna be a course.
Nah, I ain't never. I think I've ever said you all.
I do.
You all better get it together. Y'all better get it together. It just flow better. Y'all better get it together.
Exactly.
No sweat. No sweat. Alright. So next, we're dealing with they. Alright. So, both cases you put a wa at the end. Alright? The way you know if you're talking to they, as in third person. Yeah, third person, a group of men, the beginning of the sentence is going to be hum. Alright, so it's going to be hum ayanwa. Okay? They, dealing with the masculine sense. Or their eyes. Alright? They eyes. That sound real ebonic like. They eyes they look crazy. They eyes is crazy. Their eyes. Right. You understand? Alright. And then the feminine sense, the word stays the same. The only difference is the context. Han. Alright. Han ayanwa. Alright. So, we like to apply what we've learned a little bit, right? So, okay. Those were all for past tense. Alright? So, a word that you already know. What's that? I'm scared to ask.
Ow.
All right. So, we have two words. One word that you do know, yapa,
Right.
which is beautiful. All right. And then you have mora'ah. Okay. It's like it.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
All right. Mora'ah. So this is
You gotta figure out which one is the
feminine,
of
and then mara'ah is masculine, right?
Oh, so that's his.
That would be handsome, right? So it is a masculine term that means a sight to be seen, a phenomena, a spectacle. What was the other attributes that he used? An appearance, a view, a sight for sore eyes, a spectacle. What a sight to see, a vision, an appearance, a phenomena. All right. So we're going to use what we've learned today. All right. So we're going to use a thigh. Okay. So right? So you have a tha, a yun tha, yapa. Well, it's like it. A yum, it's like it. All right. So you have a tha. All right. So you have a tha, a yun, the yum, yapa. Your eyes are beautiful. All right. Talking, right. Talking to a sister. right? So that's how you know that it's feminine, right? Because of the verb that you use to describe the person that you're talking about. You wouldn't say a man's eyes are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm
I
just.
guess I just explained it.
Right.
Well,
No way.
you say pretty.
Yeah, because you can't call eyes handsome. So you still would say.
Well, in it, all right. So this is a
What?
verb that's used in a feminine connotation, right?
Okay.
The verb as a counterpart to it is used in a masculine connotation is mara'ah. You know what I'm saying? So
What's the full sentence?
so the sentence, all you would do is you just change the last word. You would be a tha a yun the yum mara'ah.
Okay,
You're talking
that's
to a
for
man.
him.
That's for him, right? So this sentence is for a sister, right? Change the last word for a brother. So your eyes are handsome, or your eyes are a sight to be seen.
That's so funny. Your eyes are a sight to be seen. Isn't all eyes a sight to be seen?
I mean, depending on the beholder.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, somebody can have just as dark brown of eyes as anybody else. They be like, when I just gaze into your eyes, I just see the space of the abyss. And I'm just drawn into them like space. And you be like, hey, bro, your eyes black. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? All right.
It's how you look.
It's how you look at stuff. That is right, sis. All right. Okay.
I should have waited to say Spanish.
I mean, but it really kind of coincides
It does.
because Spanish came before English, so Spanish is closer to Hebrew than it is to English, which is why when you were talking about yo, nosotros, nosotras, you know what I'm saying, está usted, it goes damn near in line with this, right?
It does.
Right, exactly. Because it's closer to Hebrew in history of language than it is English. And English is just completely bastardized, right? Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like potato salad with pickles and onions and raisins.
That's it. Raisins.
You know what I'm saying? Chicken salad is one thing, but potato salad, nah. All right. So same word. All right, we're going to go into the present tense, right? Now, in the present tense, no matter what, you're going to put a "wa" between the first and the second letter in the actual word.
All right, let's give an example.
All right. So, again, starting with, I'm just going to write out the phonetics of it, you know what I'm saying, for time's sake, so we kind of breeze through it a little bit. You know what? Never mind. All right. So, right? So, anya awayan, right? So when you're talking about your eyes in the present tense, I mean, it would still be my eye, right? So you're talking about your eye right now. I mean, it's just like in English, you can be like my eye. You know what I'm saying? Talking about right now, that's like punching your eye is a reaction to someone doing something. Okay, so like you can say like you know, like my eyes hurt. You know what I'm saying? Dang on words escaping me right now. Hurt. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Y'all crazy.
That's what I do in class for real. That's what teachers do.
Also one. So you can be. So you can say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add that word here. Right. So anya awayan asawan. I or my eyes hurt. Yeah, so I'm just using this as a frame of reference word. So here you go.
How do you say you can use that in present and past tense.
Right, exactly.
Okay. That's everything.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, we don't use three words where two can do. You can say awayanya asawan, and it'll be the same thing. So if you add a yud into this, right, it makes it personal. You can say awayanya asawan, my eye hurts, right? And you can just do it by the connotation of the suffix, right? So either or, ayan, awayan, asawan, or awayanya, asawan, both are correct. Both are saying my eye hurts. My eye hurts, right? If you want to make it plural, you would say anya, awayanyam, asawan. My eyes hurt, or you know what I'm saying. So either or is correct. All right. Okay. All right. So moving on.
I just go across to the future.
Yeah, we can do present tense.
That is present. Ain't it?
Oh well, he didn't do.
Yeah, I did past first.
Okay.
So past, present, future.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
you went down the context first. Okay, I'm here.
right. So
I left y'all.
context. All right. So that's why. Okay. So you have the root word. Okay. Pluralization of the root word. All right. And then context for the root word that gives connotation to past, present, or future tense. All right. So based off of the context, you know how to use the word depending on what tense you use. That's why I made this chart, right? Because the homework I'm going to give, you're going to use the chart. That's why I said at the beginning of the class, take a picture of the chart without nothing on it.
That's good.
Okay. I mean, it's the only way you're going to get better. It's the only way you're going to get better. So this chart is really going to help you remember, all right? So like in your notes, Like I would just keep, you know,
And
this empty, right? So if you find a word and you want to find the connotation on how to say it, or if you come across a word, right, by reading it, you'll know what tense it's in, right? Because not always in a sentence, it's gonna say, you know, it might use the subject of a person or a place or a thing, and it be talking about that in the past, present, or future tense. All right? Okay? All right? All right, let me erase this. No, I'll keep that there. Just that we're talking about something hurting. All right, so next one we're talking about you. Make sure that's right. It's a high. I knew I would trip. All right. No, it wasn't high. Sorry. All right. Okay, so we're moving on to you. All right, so right? So when you're dealing with you, whether masculine or feminine, all right? So you can be like Ak, Ata, Awayanka, Asawan. Brother, does your eye hurt?
okay.
Did that answer your question? Easy
Oh,
reason.
no.
What was the question?
You missing something
What am I missing?
for the word for our young. You missing the
Oh yeah, it's like it's only gonna get longer. All right. So, so whether you saying Ak Atha Awayanka Asawan, brother, does your eye hurt? Or Akawath Atha Awayanka Asawan, sis, does your eye hurt? Okay? So either way, it's going to be Awayanka.
So would it be does or would you be telling her eye is hurt like she didn't notice?
So, I mean, you can't really tell someone that they eye hurt.
Keep it in English.
Huh?
Keep it in English.
So this would be you asking your eye hurt? Like,
So it could be
That's where
it's
the
presence.
blood just goes in there.
right. So based off of it, if past, present is the I guess the implied English, right? Because let's see. So does your eye hurt? versus no. Is your eye hurting? That's present tense. Con. Right. So that's present tense. Your eye hurting, or is your eye hurting? Well, technically that would be
Wouldn't it be the way you say it?
right. So
It's like,
so
if I say your eye hurts.
so like prime example, right? So it would be if you're saying is your eye hurting, it would be za. So za is like is, it's things of that nature. So you would be like za you'd be like za awayanka asawan. Is your eye hurting? It's present tense.
And so you just say it in a way that makes sense because there's no ing in Hebrew.
Well, because it's present.
But the word makes
because
it
of the-
present and that you know that it's present.
Right.
Okay, instead of ing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So like prime example, right? So like there like if you were to look up awayanka, you're not going to be able to find it because the root word is ayan, right? Based off of the tense of the word, it changes. Okay? So that's why I was saying like this right here is all of Hebrew. Like if you go and look in the Torah, right, and like let's just say that Jeremiah Dawabar, you know what I'm saying? Jeremiah's words, like he's saying something right now. Okay, or Jeremiah Awamar, you know what I'm saying? He's speaking right now. You know what I'm saying? So it'll change the connotation, you know what I'm saying? Either he did something, he is doing something, or will do something. And it, right, and it'll change the complete connotation of the word. Of all the words. Right. Okay. All right. So what time is it? We good. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all got this right. They're just gonna use the.
I think so. Like when you were going over the past tense, I was writing the word already before you even got there.
Okay. All right. No sweat. So.
You say his eye hurts.
Right. So the same thing, right? So if so like prime example, right? So for he, right? So it's gonna go back to the original tense, right? I'm just gonna write the word. Right. All right. Za hawa awayan asawan. His eye is hurting. So you still getting the, you know what I'm saying? All right, so it's still the same thing. It's still the same sentence, but you're talking about someone in third person, right? Same thing with the sister, right? All right. So za haya Slakia. So it'd be za hayan awayana asawan. her eye is hurting. Alright? So the sentence is still structured the same, right? But how you would say it in English is completely different.
Right.
Okay?
Just like Spanish.
Right, exactly. Okay? Because English is just a bastardized language.
Right.
It's retarded as hell.
You don't know them until you learn another
Language.
Right, exactly. It's retarded as hell. Okay?
They making fun of people that speak Spanish like
No, they
same
making
way.
funny. They making fun of you. You know what I'm saying? Right? Okay. So, a knock on the wall and a thumb. I'm just gonna put it right here. All right. Za anaknawa awayanawa asawan. You know what I'm saying? Is our eyes or is our eye hurting? Okay. You know. So, I mean, you really don't because, like, yeah, nigga, our eyes is hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean is our eye? Yeah, everybody's eyes hurting. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, same thing for their. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Is y'all's eye hurting? You're gonna use the same thing. You're gonna use Slaki. I'm tripping. It's supposed to be young. I'm sorry. This was wrong. Forgive me. This is wrong. Slaki. It's supposed to be Za anaknawa awayanyam. Alright? So same thing for our or we, the same thing for you all or y'all. Alright? It's also the same thing for they. Alright? I'm gonna put
That's
So
not eyes.
the yum, it's still yum.
right, so yum at the end is the same for a naknawa and a thumb, right?
Oh, and it's wath for the
And
feminine.
it's wath for the feminine. Huh? Yeah, in my vehicle.
Game or something.
I mean, my keys are in the door. I mean, brother, you came in the door, you walked right past them. You know what I'm saying? Salaki. All right, yeah. So for the sister, right? For a thumb, right? And again, I'm just writing out the phonetics for time's sake, so we can get to the future tense because it completely changes.
So our yum still.
Mm-hmm. No. No, for the man it was. For the woman, it's going to be wath at the end. All right. So for the masculine tense, yes, it's going to stay awayunyum. But for feminine, it's going to be awayun wath. So a thumb awayun wath. And then for they talking about women, it's going to be han awayun awayun wath.
And so we will use and that will let you know that even though it says our young wath, still the let you know that it's masculine.
No. Okay. Stop. All right. So right here. Okay.
You got the things right there that say it's the same.
No, I mean like this is the same from above, Salaki. So masculine, young, feminine, wath. At the end. All right. So these two are the same for a thumb.
And
And they is the same in present tense. I'm gonna move on to future tense because we only got like 10 minutes. All right, so future tense, all right, it all changes. All right, so a yarn. All right, so future tense, all right, gonna put a I at the beginning of the word when you're dealing with I. Coincidentally, prefix I, all right? So, anya, a yun, asawan, all right? Or you can do a yun, ya. So you can either say anya, a yun, asawan, or a yunya, slaki, a yunya, asawan. Either way, my eye will hurt. Right? So like my eye will hurt if I do this.
Yeah.
Right? You know.
Sense of you don't feel it yet.
Right.
My eye.
You know what I'm saying? My
When
eye
I
will
cut-
hurt.
When I cut onions. So I felt like
Yeah,
it's
my
not-
eyes will hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like not yet, but they will. All right. Okay. All right. So moving. All right. So with a thumb. Sorry, a thigh. So like. All right. When you're dealing with the masculine tense, you're going to have the at the beginning. All right, a a yun, a sawan. All right, your eye will hurt if I punch you in the face. You know what I'm saying? You know, your eye will hurt if I throw vinegar in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, your eye will hurt if I put shoe polish on it, give you a black eye. You know what I'm saying? Bruise. You know, just trying to think of all the instances of why someone's eye will hurt. You know, your eye will hurt if you have allergies or if you rub it. You're irritated. You know what I'm saying?
That's less violent.
My yadium gonna irritate your eye. My hands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yadium. Yeah. My hands. Alright. Okay. So a tha, a yun, asawan. Alright. So this is will hurt. It's like it. So we're in future tense. Alright. So when you're dealing with the feminine tense, it's going to be a th in the beginning and a ya at the end. Let you know it's feminine. So it's going to be a a yunya, asawan. Talking about a sister. Like akawath. A a yunya, asawan. Sis, your eye about to hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you.
Real quick.
Like, your eye is about to hurt. You understand?
Start counting down the
You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Good night. Alright. Alright. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. How will I?
Hold on.
Yeet. Moonwalk like Michael Jack. Alright. Alright. So we're dealing with a man in the third person. He is going to be Hawa'a Ya'ayan Asawan. Alright. His eye will hurt. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, Hawa'a Ya'ayan Asawan. Bro, his eye about to hurt. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm about to put a hurting on that boy. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm just, you know, you feel me? You know?
Like if you use them eye drops, his eye will hurt. His eye about to hurt.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, alright, alright, cool. Alright, so for the sister, no sweat, brother. I'm almost done. I appreciate you. You're an awesome brother. I don't care what they say. All right. So it's going to be Haya'a Tha'ayan Asawan. Like Akawath. Haya'a Tha'ayan Asawan. Sis, her eye about to hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to roll him and shake him. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? Alright, okay, where we at? We at a Nakanoa. Alright? You know what I'm saying? About to roll him and shake him, baby. Right? So for we or our, you understand, it's going to be a Naknawa Na'ayan Asawan. Good night.
Say it again.
A Naknawa Na'ayan Asawan. Make learning fun. You know what I'm saying? Make learning fun again, y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right. So our eyes will hurt if we cut onions. Is that better? Right.
No, that's what kids supposed to say. You messing with mama, our eyes.
You know what I'm saying? Put a hurt lock on them eyes. Okay. All right. So next, all right, we gonna be on. Yeah, a thumb. No, y'all. We on y'all. So you have a thumb, right? If you're dealing with a masculine sense, it's going to be a the at the beginning and a wa at the end. So it's going to be thumb the ayanwa asawan. Alright? If you're talking to a group of sisters, so you saying Akion, a thumb the ayanwa asawan. I'm saying, brothers, your eyes will hurt. You know what I'm saying? From the sight of losing your brother. You will cry.
Dang, you just went out right there.
You know what I'm saying? You will cry. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Alright. With the sisters, it's going to be a na instead of a wa. Alright? Alright? Akwathium. A thumb, the ayanwa, asawan. Sisters, your eyes will hurt. Okay? Alright? Okay? Alright? So that's dealing with a thumb. Alright? So with they, hum. Right? It's going to be hum ya ayan was. Lock it. Alright. Hum. Didn't even write it in Hebrew. Good night, brother. What you doing over here? You know what I'm saying?
Trying to hear you.
You feel me? Right, hum a young wa asawan. Their eyes will hurt. All right. With the sisters. Right, it's going to be ha the ayana asawan. Their eyes will hurt. You're talking to a group of sisters. All right. So, okay, you know me, I like to give homework. Right. So. Your homework will be I'm gonna give how many words I'm gonna give? Do ears, ear first. We're gonna do ear, Alright? So, ear in Hebrew is azan. Nose is a pa. And then mouth is palm. Not Pam, palm. Right. Your homework is to do this whole chart, all right, in Paleo and Assyrian for ear, nose, and mouth. That is, I'll write it over here. Homework. Paleo, Syrian, complete chart. Alright? So if I were you, what I would do is I would have a blank chart just as a reference, just to look at, and then for each word, I would make a separate chart, and instead of where it says the at the end, I would actually write the word. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Just to save space, you know, and your notes can look organized, right? So I would do the chart, have an empty chart at the beginning of the page, or as a reference point on a page, and then for each word ear, like prime example, ear is azan. You know what I'm saying? The pluralization of ear is azanium, right? 'Cause you got ears, right? Okay. So you would put anya azan because it's, you know, it by itself, right? And you would put a tha, azantha, right? Or zantayum. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about both ears, all right? So I want you to, that's how I would write it here. I would just replace this with the actual word with the conjugation on it, if you want to save space. But if you want to write it out, you know what I'm saying, by all means, you know? So, but it helps writing it out. Okay, all right. So that's your homework. All right. In the Paleo and Assyrian, complete the chart for the word ear, nose, and mouth. All right. We'll do a pop quiz next week. Random context on a random word. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're not gonna be here, I know where you live. You know what I'm saying? Because this is you. You know what I'm saying? You made this up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Big mama. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me?
I'm not there.
You know what I'm saying? Give it time, sweetie. Give it time. Alright. So with that, we're going to say Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakathum to the brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shema Ilathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. And we gone.